Always fun. So we are talking Arrow video today, and I am bringing up, since I'm doing this on my phone, I'm going to bring it up, hit there in the on my actual computer. I'm using the computer to look at your comments. So there's always that, which is always fun. If you're enjoying this video, make sure that you check it out, like, share, subscribe, do all that stuff. Do all the stuff subscription sloth, as should do on a regular basis. You want to support the channel in the video, do so in the links down below, or use that super sticker, super chat, all the type of stuff. Let's talk about Arrow. There were some big announcements, and at least I thought they were big anyway. So to each their own when it comes to this stuff, right? To each their own. I overthought these were pretty huge announcements. Let me mute my computer so I can see your comments when they come up, because if they fly by really quickly there, I want to make sure that I do not miss out on them. And hopefully we'll get some people in here so there'll be some comments to have. I've got my Friday 13th Scream Factory box set in the background. And I am going to send off some notifications, let people know that I am live. And if you're there, say hi. Because it's a Friday, and I did not intend to do this. I was having a good conversation earlier with Malcolm and George. Normally this would be a video that I did, like say something like me and Malcolm do together, or I'd have a guest on type of thing. But I just thought it'd be kind of a free flow, easygoing type of video. Don't plan for it to be too long. It's been a long, hot, sweaty day. I was gonna wear one of my Spanish shirts, but I'm not, because it's too hot and too sweaty, and I am so not down for that. There is a Kino sale going on right now. Maybe we'll look at that as well. But let us start with what Arrow announced, because Arrow made some big announcements. And where do we start? So we should start with, see, if I was doing it the other way, I could just put them on screen, all the top jazzy stuff. But I want this to be a quicker video. The first one was a fairly big one. I was surprised that more people weren't excited about this. The only reason I can see them not being is probably, well, because there was a several one and they got that one. Now, if you're like me, if you traveled to Spain, then maybe you got the media book that came out, but for Perdita Durango. But the first one is the Alex de Iglesias set, 3 films in total. My favorite of the 3 is probably Day of the Beast, though I do like them all. And I didn't realize the scene third one until afterwards, because I always get Malcolm to pronounce it, because I suck at pronunciation. But the Alex de Iglesias set is pretty cool. It's in both Blu-ray and 4K. So I'm kind of digging that. It's called Love, Death and Apocalypse, 3 films by Alex de Iglesias. For those that don't know, Alex de Iglesias is a guy that put together the 30 Kinds TV series for HBO that was a massive hit, and kept me and my better half like glued to television set. Hey, that is true, dude. You are the pronunciation dude. That is so not me. Malcolm watches way more this some of the foreign stuff than I do, and I will be the first to admit that. And even if I do, I still get it wrong. Hey there. So what we got for this one right here is, depending on what you're getting, it's a 4K, or if you get the Blu-ray, it's going to be a wee bit cheaper than the than that. So it's 35 pounds for the Blu-ray and 40 for the 4K. So not a huge difference in the price. Hey, Triple H, welcome, man. Glad you like the hat. But you're getting original lossless Spanish stereo, 5.1, and Dolby Atmos audio options for Acun Mutante? Acun Mutante, we'll go with that. It is a great set, actually. Original lossless English stereo. Maybe you can sell your Severin and get this one instead. 2.0, just check the features first. And English and Spanish 5.1 audio options for Petito Durango. Optional subtitles for all 3 films. I'm actually very seriously thinking on this set. I know that if I get to Paris and this is there, I would, what we're talking about, the Arrow announcements that came out, HMO, and probably looking a little bit at the Kino sale as well. If those are things that interest you, that's what this is what this one's for. It's pretty off the cuff. I know it's vertical. A lot of people don't like that, but it's just because it's more of a kind of a shorter, more straightforward, like talk to the camera type of thing. I got my in the back and a couple of my Jasons, which I'll show in a second. You can see one of them kind of peering at you from there. We got double-sided photo posters for all 3 films, 9 poster card size reproductions for art cards. We have illustrated collector's booklet featuring writing by Kat Ellinger, Xavier Aldana Reyes, and Valeria Villegas Linville. There's a ton of features on each of these releases. It's 3 disc sets either way. If I could dance like Fred Astaire, man, I think this is what I'd be doing. But I think it is an amazing announcement. Just so you guys can see it. I'm not going to be mean. This is what the set looks like. It's pretty cool. Once we do our video Monday with Malcolm, a live video, we'll probably be looking at this stuff again, actually. Okay, US and Canadian only title is next, and that is Sergio Martino's Torso. Dude, I do not get into religion or politics. It's not, this is a movie channel. With a brand new 4K restoration. Here we got a Dolby Vision HDR 10 compatible with the 94-minute Italian and the 90-minute English language version of the films. So we got a restored original lossless Italian and English mono track. Hey Sammy, welcome, man. There's some cool news here, Sammy. We got optional English subtitles. We got optional, okay, we got a stroll. Serve it, I guess. And I did reply. There's a whole bunch of stuff on here. I'm trying to see what's new. I wish these, like, I'm not sure what of this is new, or if any of this is new, or if it's just the, it's the update. Like an updated, so the artwork for this one right here is this. This runs also at 35 pounds. So think about this for a second. For this same price that it would cost, $35 Canadian. So for runs, a similar price would cost to pick up the box set, right? You grab yourself, Now there is a second version of it right here, which has the original artwork. I don't know if I need this because I have a couple different versions of this film, including a really good Blue Underground edition. Here's the one that is probably the biggest reason I'm doing this video, because I'm a major Friday 13th fan. Original artwork is really cool, actually. And this is very different artwork, and it's probably one of the reasons I want to talk about this. So I wanted your thoughts on the artwork. So this is, they're putting out in US and US title only, not US and Canada either way, US only. So even I can't get this one. So if my Canadian friends there, you might have to import this one. Or as Malcolm does, look on eBay, because this isn't coming away. This is US only. So the other one was US and Canada. Wow. Okay, so yeah, this makes sense. So different people have the rights for the killer cut in Canada than had it in the United States. That has it in the UK. So both me and George should be angry together, I guess. Oldies will probably have it. It's a good idea. So this is the Friday 13th to 2009 remake, reboot version. What requel, I guess we'll call it. And with Derek Mears, who would go on to play Swamp Thing, playing Jason. And I like this one. I found it an odd choice for Jared Padalecki. I like the actor a lot, and he, of course, is really big in Supernatural. He just finished doing a show called Walker that he majorly, got angry with CW about. It is unusual artwork, especially for Friday 13th. But let's look at the features on this one, because I know there's a bunch of new stuff. I mentioned it to Malcolm and George earlier today. Got a brand new audio commentary by director Marcus Nespel. Of course, he's the same director for the 2003 Texas Chainsaw Massacre film. Brand new audio commentary by writers Mark Swift and Damian Shannon, who did a much better job with this than did on Freddy vs. Jason. I have issues with that. Brand new interview with director Marcus Nespel. Brand new interview with the writers Mark Swift and Damian Shannon. Brand new interview with cinematographer Daniel Pearl. Of course, not only did this, but he did the remake for Texas Chainsaw Massacre, as well as the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre with Tobe Hooper. We also have a killer new beginning, an exclusive video essay about why horror fans shouldn't fear remakes, what 2009's Friday 13th remake gets right, why the film serves as a perfect template for future franchise remakes by film critic Matt Donato. That, to me, is absolutely fascinating. That I'd be excited to check out. My only hope is maybe this is shot in Paris. Hey, Ken, welcome, man. See, I like the remake. I think it's actually, well, requel. But that's splitting hairs. Well, they're putting them out. Didn't a couple of them come out already on 4K? I know the first one did, and I heard the second one was done, unless that got changed. But what Paramount's going to do is going to drag their feet and put a release one at a time. This is what's going to happen. They're going to put them out, going to give them steelbooks, and put out 4Ks. We're not going to get all of them. We'll get the first 4. I'm calling it now. And if people really demand it, we'll get some of the other ones down the road. But what they're going to do, and what would have been smart for them to do, Ken, would be for them to take the films, give that license to Scream Factory, let them put out the Friday 13th ones individually, much in the same way that they did for the Halloween films. Let Scream Factory do the heavy lifting, which he'd already done with this set right here. Sat back and garnered the profit. But that was not good for Paramount. Again, I'm just guesstimating. Paramount wants, although Paramount, this was a red-headed stepchild. Pure nice, air exclusive, good one, man. I think that what's happening is they want to release these one at a time. They're as tight fist with this is we've seen with those Nightmare. At least they gave us a Blu-ray box set with Chef Factory. But I think for 4K releases, we'll get the first four. If we're lucky, we'll get the first four, and won't see five, maybe six, maybe six on 4K, because that was a popular one. But I'd say the first four go to 4K. They'll each get a steelbook. They'll each be around 39, 40 bucks each, or whatever the first one was, and we may eventually see them down the road. I wish I had more positive news for that, but I will let you know if I hear anything different. This is the one that Malcolm was excited about, and it is The Threat. So I won't talk about this one too much. This is one that he'll talk about on Monday. So it is kind of Kurosawa-esque. It's got a new Tom Mess commentary and a 20-minute video appreciation. You realize, Malcolm, as you say this, we are still awaiting, to this very day, a Nightmare on Elm Street box set. So let that sink in. But I love your positivity. Keep the positivity alive. Does a great thing. A brand new 20-minute video appreciation by critic and Japanese film specialist Mark Schilling. If you like the other artwork for the releases, you're gonna like this artwork. So there. Sometimes I love the artwork for the Japanese releases. Other times I'm not quite sure. And last, and I'm not gonna lie, least, I didn't say the director's name. Write the director's name in there. Told you I was going to talk about it. On Blu-ray and 4K. I think 4K. Give me 4K, right? Yep. Chronicles of Riddick. So, the first 4K that Arrow Video ever put out, and it wasn't done by them. It was actually authored by someone else. Look at that. Hello. Hello. Hello, Mr. Grisu. You can always get a cat bomb in my video. Kenji Fukasaku. See, I can say the name. Did anybody like Chronicles of Riddick? Is anybody excited about Chronicles of Riddick? So you get the, I'm going to guess the cartoons here. Let's see, does the cartoon include it? I remember playing the game, like Escape Butcher Bay. Okay, and the cartoon doesn't seem to be there, but get this, Escape from Butcher Bay. So they take the cutscenes from the old Escape from Butcher Bay game, the Riddick game, which is actually better than this movie, by the way, and put them together for like a kind of a, I guess, an animated thing. So, yeah, I was never big in this film. Who knows? I definitely wouldn't like buy it new. If like it was on sale or something like that, maybe, but not good new one. So to go over it again, titles that we got announced from Arrow Video. Are the Life, Love, Death, and the Apocalypse, the Alex de Iglesias trilogy. I think thumbs up for me on that one. I'll do a Cisco Neighbor type of thing for right now. Thumbs up for the Alex de Iglesias trilogy. Another big thumbs up for Torso. However, I will state, I would like to have seen some new features. I'll give 2 thumbs up to the original artwork for Torso with the yellow slip. I will give 1 thumbs up to Friday 13th, the 2009 requel, because it's only, and I'll do that with like in protest with George, because it's only U.S. It's not UK, it's not Canada. I will give a thumbs up for The Threat. Pixie will give a pop. There we go. I will give a rare thumbs down to Chronicles of Riddick. I just really never got into that film. I got it here like with, I think, another film. And I bought it at a crate digger sale, so I've only ever paid 25 cents for Chronicles of Riddick. So would that be really cheap? I was going to buy like a 4K edition of it. We're talking one massive Arrow sale. But I got to be honest, right? I cannot lie to you guys. Two thumbs up for Pixie, right on. Thank you, Triple H. So, is there any, I know Kansas City just picked up the Torso release. Has anybody pre-ordered anything from any of these announcements? Then better get the Friday 13th, because after all, as I'm sure Malcolm would tell you if he was on here with me right now, perfect nipple placement, right? Right? You, I know you'd mention it. I'm picking up the slack for you. Susie Kendall in 4K. My friends. Ba-dum. I love me some Susie Kendall. You're a threat with points. I think Greaser's excited about this now too. If it goes on sale, I will definitely pick up Torso. I'm a massive fan of that film. The last, like, there's like an ad campaign for the film that says, you know, the only thing like more terrifying than the first, well, it's 50 minutes or something, that is the last 15, something like, you know, I'm paraphrasing. And it's true. That is one of the most tense, like, ending sequences. Like, when you get to that spot, and if you know, you know, in the movie, near the end, where with Susie Kendall in the house, it's like white knuckle edge of your seat from then on. I wonder, I don't wonder why. I know because of the rights issues for Friday 13th. Hopefully they can work that out and we'll see a UK release for Friday 13th and hopefully eventually a Canadian release as well. For now though, like Malcolm said, check out your local oldies.com online, your oldies.com online, as well as eBay, but don't pay for scalpers or scalper prices. That is something that I definitely do not agree with. See, and neither does Grizu over there. Grizu looked away because You're just like, I don't understand that. Do you have the Shameless one? I got the Shameless one. It's like, Shameless doesn't always have the greatest quality. Like, let's be honest. But I don't think I'd ever get rid of one of my Shameless releases. And I watch them because it really, Shameless, even something with the Dodger quality and some of that, it always takes me back to the early days collecting. And I get this sort of like, this feel, right? It's like I got the Shameless version of Sister Versal, and I've watched it so many times. For those that don't know, Shameless Screen Entertainment is a company in the UK. One of the gimmicks that they have is that they have yellow cases, and they had like both DVD and Blu-ray, but they focused on DVD initially. They put out things like the washing machine, a Regalo Diodato Giallo that's really hard to get. They put it out in a steel case. It's kind of out of print. It's very hard to find. I'd love to see that get a new release for people. And they have put out like a few, like Malcolm said there, a few Blu-rays as well. Their initial run of releases that they put out, you can look this up online. If you have all of them, then they read out on the spine like Shameless, and it's really cool. I don't have them all, but I have like close to it. I want to see if there's any other announcements I want to talk about now. There was a Kino sale that is running about 11 pages, and I don't want to go through all that. But let's find it. Go to shop. I'm on the wrong site. Killer 9. I was never big on Killer 9. It wasn't sleazy enough. I'm not even joking, man. I wish I was trying to slip. I was joking. I was so disappointed. Give some quick recommendations through the Kino sale as we're doing this here. I'll go through everything. If you like serials, Adventures of Captain Marvel should already be in your collection. But if it's not, get it there. It is now $9.99. There's commentaries on every single one of the chapters in the serial. After Dark My Sweet, actually really enjoyed. It's not a good movie, but I love the El Nighter with Susanna Hoff. Amazon Went on the Moon, of course. There's a couple of American Ninjas there. There are 3 volumes of Eddie Murphy, which are there for $19.99 each. That's great. That's a great price for those. So if you don't have those Eddie Murphy films and you're a Western fan, I definitely recommend you pick those up. So I'm not sure if Gino has them. If he's watching this, Gino, check those out. There's one here that I know Malcolm must have in his collection. The Barbarians. Because I just see Malcolm being a huge Barbarian Brothers fan. They did a babysitter movie too. I'm not even joking. That's a thing. Like for like a hot minute in the 90s or the 80s, they tried to make the Barbarian Brothers like a thing. It never really totally worked out. But, they did a few, like The Big Bus is here. The Big Country is a fantastic film. Double Trouble titles. Blind Fury is a great one. If you don't have that one, I definitely recommend Blind Fury. I like the Black Windmill. Um, I'm like Harry Palmer stuff, so if you never watched any of the Harry Palmer films, I think they're really good and they're really underrated. Body Slam if you're a wrestling fan. Brain Donors if you're a fan of the Marx Brothers. I think that's what we're trying to do. And of course, everybody should have it already, but Bring the Head of Frida Garcia. If you're a fan of television made-for-TV thrillers and horror, The Victim with Elizabeth Montgomery's out, and I definitely recommend that. Hey, Maddie, welcome, man. How's it going? You getting ready for your for the flea market, for the horror flea market? You know, if you want to, you can link that in like the in the chat. Are you excited that you are going to be able to pick up Friday 13, 2009 on 4K when nobody else can? Because Maddie's in the United States, and I'm not. So career opportunities. And of course, Stop, Collaborate, and Listen. Cool as Ice is available. Let's see. So this is my NECA figure for part 2. Got the mask taken off. It's the sack mask. Extreme well done, actually. And this, took the mask off for this one too. I think the mask at the farm actually is for part 3. So Richard Brooker's Jason. This is really good. I actually find the sculpt of Jason's face here looks actually creepier than the one in the movie, which looks a little bit more like Sloth from the Goonies. This is an extremely well done one. The Goonies are good enough for me. Okay, great. There we go. Let's see if there's anything else here that I need to chat about. Quick. This is meant to be a quicker one. Any other Warner Archives releases or anything like that? I know Blackwell Jones is coming out. Second Sight's release for Your Next, like we talked about it before, but it looks incredible. Oh, I'll be talking about these on Monday, but Eureka made one of the big announcements of the year, in my opinion. So, Louis Foulade. Do you have an early poster? Cool. We'll see that after. The Complete Crime Serials from 1913 to 1918. Limited edition set. I think it's like 10 discs. Blu-rays coming from Eureka. Included on there are Fantômas, Les Vampires, Judo, and what's the last one? I will see. So blind nowadays, guys. Tamini. I can't say it very well. So includes 4 serials across 10 Blu-ray discs, all presented in 1080p from stunning 4K restorations, courtesy of Gaumont Film Company. I'll have 2.0 audio on all serials, including scores by Mont Alto Motion Picture. Oh, this is a sweet poster. Come on, get big so I can see it. Oh. I couldn't get it to go big. That's why I just showed small. Oh, now I got the big. Oh, there we go. So if anybody's in that area, I love the fact that Cropsy's there. It's at Elliott Creek Park, 188 Creek Road in Tonawanda, New York, 14150. So, want to check that out? Please make sure you do, because there's going to be a lot of horror stuff there, guys. A lot of horror stuff. Okay, brand new audio commentaries on select serial chapters, brand new interviews with film critics and historians, a collector's booklet featuring new and archival writings, and the serials included in the set. Of course, you would assume the series would be included in the set, right? Like, oh no, write-ups on the series. We also got Yunbo in The Champions. I forgot to share the look at the set. Having some McTroyd event. Last but not least is two Taoist Tales. Which I will use my, do my quick dramatic reading. See if we're losing the viewers, we'll do that. In the wake of Encounter with the Spooky Kind, the Hong Kong film industry launched headlong into a prolific genre cycle that drew upon Taoist folklore. Popular throughout the 1980s and the next decade, these films combined elements of horror, fantasy, comedy, and martial arts as they pit the protagonists against hopping vampires, vengeful ghosts, and evil sorcerers. Here, Eureka Classics is proud to present 2 of the most mind-bending tales of Taoist magic ever committed to film. Taoism Drunkard and Young Taoism Fighter. There we go. By the Yun brothers. Both films are in 1080p. Brand new commentary from East Asian horror expert Frank Jing, and a second commentary with Mike Leader and Arne Venema. There are interviews on there as well. On the Yan Bo one, we've gotten, again, commentaries by the same people as well, and interviews there with some new featurettes. Including one looking at the 1987 Hong Kong celebrity football soccer team that featured a number of Hong Kong legends, including Andy Lau and Jackie Chan. Box Room is a great film. That's one of the ones I've seen. One of the few that I've seen. But I will not keep anybody here too long today. I know it's a Friday. I know you guys are super busy on your nice Friday evenings. But hopefully, in this very short video, you've discovered at least one Arrow release that you want to pick up. And maybe you're looking now into that Kino sale that you may not have known was happening right now. Or maybe you're thinking of saving your pennies for that really cool Eureka box set that's coming out. There's some really cool stuff coming out. There's always cool stuff coming out. But always remember, pick up the stuff that you want and the stuff that you like. Never let FOMO rule you when it comes to this stuff. No FOMO, but LOF. Love a film. Love a film, not FOMO. There you go. I am Aaron. Thank you for watching this short, extremely sweaty video here in the Call to Cinema. And I will see you next time. I will be live for July 1st, Monday, with May December Malcolm. We will be looking at the first day of the Vinegar Syndrome sale. We will be live for when that happens. And I'm very excited to share that with you guys and to be live when the announcements happen. We'll look at stuff, we'll see what's there, and we'll see as we go through the week which days are the best to go live. And that being said, see you guys soon. Have a wonderful weekend, and as always, I'd like to say it's time for tea. And then I would like to say that it's time for a cola, but it's time for Mr. Freezies, because I bought these Spanish Freezies. I had the Dract one yesterday, and had more flavor than I've ever had a Freezy before in my life. So I'm excited about that. See you soon.